Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. Kids today have so many challenges and distractions that can navigate them down the wrong paths of life. Technology, social media have replaced us as parents or mentors. Kids today can push a button on their phone or computer and find out all kinds of positive and negative things that this crazy, wonderful world has to offer. They don't have to ask adults any questions about life because their phone has all the answers right there in their hands. And this can be good, or it can be definitely be a bad thing for our kids today. Kids today go through peer pressure at school, and there's a thing called social media peer pressure and bullying. Most kids are not independent doers or thinkers. They're still developing mentally, physically, emotionally. They just follow the flock of sheep, go along to get along, wanting to be accepted. And this can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing, directing and navigating a young person down the wrong road if they don't have mature adult proper mentorship, parents, uncles, grandfathers, grandmothers, etc. And so as a result of this, I don't know if you all are aware. I had just been hearing about this. My children are grown. I don't have any grandkids, but there's been this challenge, this Benadryl challenge that's been going on since 2020, that was started on TikTok. And it is a potentially deadly social media dare. So if you have children, your kids have children, you have grandkids, I just want to bring this, make you aware of this and enlighten you on some of the craziness that's going on with our kids today. Whether it's undiagnosed mental illness, peer pressure, bullying, some of our kids are definitely going down the wrong path and the wrong road. And so there's this thing called a Benadryl challenge. And for those people should know, Benadryl you can buy at Walgreens at store. It's an antihistamine kind of thing for your nasopharyngeal area. And somebody started this Benadryl challenge back in 2020. So the Benadryl challenge, what is it? The Benadryl challenge began on TikTok in 2020 and encouraged viewers to take high doses of the over-the-counter allergy medicine containing diphenhydramine. The challenge was to fight the medication's sedating effects in order to experience a high and hallucinations. So these kids are going to Walgreens, just using Walgreens or CVS, whatever drugstore, and they are getting this Benadryl that has this diphenhydramine in it, that has a sedating effect. It relaxes you, makes you sleepy. And someone has decided that they're going to take multiple pills of it so it can get them really high and make them hallucinate. What a crazy story. This is a real thing, and some children have died as a result of this challenge. So how did it start? The challenge first came onto health officials' radar in May of 2020, when 3 teenagers were hospitalized in Fort Worth, Texas, after overdosing on Benadryl. One of the teens, a 14-year-old, reportedly took 14 of the allergy pills. 14. Each of those patients said they got the idea from videos on TikTok claiming users could get high and hallucinate if they took a dozen or more pills, according to Cook Children's Healthcare System in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, as I go through this story, this is a cautionary reminder. We have to pay attention to our children and what's going on with them. Not allowing just their phone to become their parents. Push a button and you can find anything out that you want to. We have to go back to having dinners at the dinner table with their brothers or sisters, mom, dad. There is way too much independent living, learning, raising yourselves, talking about these kids today, 8, 9, 10 years old. You're sending them to their room, not making sure they're doing their homework, giving them a phone or an iPad or a tablet and letting them go do their thing just so they don't bother you after work. We have to pay attention and guide and navigate and mentor our children in the right direction. There are all kinds of demonic forces and distractions that are going on today. And this Benadryl challenge is one of them. Have a conversation. Do the old school 5 senses of a being kind of relationship. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting. Those identifying markers that we utilized back in the day before we had these cell phones. You got to use your 5 senses to navigate through this crazy world, and you have to help develop that with your children and know what's going on. So why is this Benadryl challenge so dangerous? According to the FDA, diphenhydramine is safe and effective when used as recommended, but higher doses can cause serious heart problems, seizures, coma, or even death. A medical toxicologist explained that Benadryl can affect both the brain and the heart. When taken in large quantities, it can cause heart rhythm problems, cardiac arrest, and or death. Some kids have died as a result of this challenge. So what are some of the deaths and hospitalizations? There was a death of a 15-year-old Oklahoma teenager was associated with the challenge, alongside numerous other hospitalizations. In one heartbreaking case, a 13-year-old boy named Jacob Stevens died 6 days after attempting the challenge. His father, Justin, later shared a photo of his son in the hospital bed, where he spent a week on a ventilator before being pronounced dead, in hopes of warning other families about this challenge. Another thing that was popularized several years ago in the rap community is that people were drinking syrup, so to speak. So cough medicine that has the same kind of the same diphenhydramine in it. You know, cough medicine can make you got drowsy or non-drowsy cough medicine. You had this epidemic going on for a while with people like Lil Wayne from down south in New Orleans, who promoted drinking syrup, cough syrup, and mixing it with Sprite. You had a bunch of the Houston rappers that were doing it, and it kind of had a heroin effect to drinking this syrup. And it caused several people to overdose and die from it too. So you got Benadryl that has been an issue, this Benadryl challenge. And prior to the Benadryl challenge, as I said, you had Southern rappers that were popularizing drinking syrup, which was actually cough medicine and Sprite in a white cup. And it can cause heart problems, brain damage, overdose, and even death. Even getting off of that syrup is risky. It has, like I said, a heroin addiction effect to it. So you have these over-the-counter medications that are supposed to be used in a positive way. And of course, we as human beings, we can figure out a way to make it and use some of these things, these medications in a negative fashion. And you're seeing this with this Benadryl challenge. So most recently, 3 children in Connecticut died from diphenhydramine overdoses, though officials could not confirm definitively whether each death was directly linked to the social media challenge. So there are kids that are dying from this. And as I would say with the cough medicine and the Benadryl, now if you go into CVS, Walgreens, or a drugstore, they have those medications or these medications locked up in a key locked place. And so the cashier or somebody in Walgreens has to come unlock it and get it for you. You can't just independently get it on your own anymore. So what's been the response? The FDA contacted TikTok and strongly urged removal of the videos from the platform. Benadryl maker Johnson & Johnson also issued a warning and worked with social media platforms to remove the harmful content. In 2020, TikTok disabled hashtags related to the Benadryl challenge. And so, why does this Benadryl challenge keep coming back? Despite those efforts, doctors noted that the fact spikes in harmful diphenhydramine use continue to occur years after the challenge. First, years after the challenge first went viral, shows just how powerful and dangerous social media trends can be. Here again, we're talking about peer pressure, going along with the flock, doing things that everybody else is doing, not being an independent thinker. And some of these things can be extremely harmful. Younger generations make up the majority of TikTok users, and their impressionable, still developing brains make them especially vulnerable to reproducing these challenges. The core controversy, in conclusion, is that Benadryl is a common, cheap, easily accessible, over-the-counter drug, making it nearly impossible to restrict access. As I told you, you go into the stores now, whether it's the cough syrup, cough medicine, Benadryl, all of that kind of stuff for cold remedies is locked up, and you have to ask somebody to get access to it. So while the viral nature of social media ensures the challenge resurfaces again and again, even after platforms have tried to suppress it. So yeah, while the viral nature of social media ensures the challenge resurfaces again and again, even after platforms try to suppress it, it is still going on today. So be aware, know what's going on with your kids, talk to them, sit down, have dinner with them. Don't let the cell phone or the tablet or their computer replace us as parents, mentors, in helping navigate these young people through this crazy, distracting world we live in. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth.